Sometimes I still hear your voice. It's telling me you'll catch my fall. So how do I feel the ground? I wear my heart.
How can you be so heartless and selfish, Daniel? You didn't think once before doing all this. You ruined my life for your selfishness. Lower your voice, Ryan. People are looking at us. Don't embarrass me here. You couldn't believe his audacity to still say those words to you. You were boiling with anger and hurt. Let them watch. Let them know what kind of man you are. It's not like I was dying to marry you. I asked you to clear everything before this marriage was fixing. I told you to say no if you were not ready, but no, you have decided to ruin my life for no reason. Are you always this much shameless, huh? Wyan, keep your voice down. This isn't the place for a scene. No, Daniel, this is exactly the place for it. Everyone here should know the truth about you. How you strung me along for months, knowing you had no intention of marrying me. You married a girlfriend and now I'm being forced into a life with your stepbrother, a man I don't even know because of your cowardness. It's not that simple. You don't understand. Oh, I understand perfectly. You had every chance to speak up before this engagement went any further. I even told you if there was something in your heart, you should say it. But no, you kept quiet and now you have shown your true colors. I was under a lot of pressure. My family? Your family? What about me? Do you have any idea what kind of man Jungkook is? He is dangerous, Daniel. You have put me in harm's way. Jungkook won't hurt you. He's tough, but he has his own sense of honor. Honor. You're talking about honor now? The same honor you threw away when you decided to lie and cheat. I didn't love you, but I trusted you to be honest. I thought we were in this together. I did care about you, Ryan, but my feelings for her never went away, and when it came down to it, I had to follow my heart. Your anger kept rising every second as he was making it look like he has no fault in what he did to you. Your heart? What about mine? You think it's easy for me to accept this? You think it's easy to be tossed aside like I'm nothing? And now I have to face whatever comes next with a man who terrifies me. You found a way to use me and got married to your girlfriend. Do you care about me at all? Of course I care, but it's too late now. The arrangements have been made and you have to go through with it. There's no other choice. There's always a choice, Daniel. You just made the wrong one. And now I'm the one who has to pay for your mistakes. Ryan, listen. Before he continues, he felt a sting sensation on his face as you swung your bag and hit his face tightly. The sound echoed, drawing the attention of other people present there. He was in shock while you still didn't look satisfied. And this is for destroying my life and using me. You bring your knee up and hit in between his legs tightly that he was almost done. You walked away from there. You arrived in front of your apartment building, your mind still tangled with those thoughts. You knew your life is going to change drastically, but your steps slowed down and heart dropped in fear when you saw Jungkook standing in front of your apartment. He was standing leaning his back against his sleek black car. His eyes were cold and unreadable as always. You took a deep breath, not letting his gaze weaken you. You walked towards your apartment but stopped when he spoke. I heard what happened. The news was already all over the internet. People were recording the famous CEO getting hit by his ex-fiancée. Of course you did. Everyone did. Get in the car. We need to talk. I'm not going anywhere with you. He stepped closer. You could feel how powerful his presence was, his eyes already making you weak. You don't have a choice, Ryan. We need to discuss our situation. Reluctantly, you open the door and get inside the car as you don't want any drama for today. The drive was silent. Jungkook brought you to a secluded villa on the outskirts of the city. He led you inside and you quietly followed him as you know that he won't harm you in any way, at least not before the marriage. Sit down, he said, gesturing towards the couch. You sat down while your hands trembling a little, which he noticed. He took a seat opposite to you. I know this isn't what you wanted. It's not what I wanted either, but our families have made their decision. You finally looked up at him. You think I care about what our families want? I don't even know you, and now I'm supposed to marry you because of Daniel's cowardness. I'm not Daniel, don't compare us. His voice raised, but he quickly controlled himself. He clearly looked pissed when you compared him with Daniel. Then what are you? All I know is your reputation, and it's not a comforting one. Jungkook leaned forward, his expression softening slightly. I understand your fear, but I'm not the monster you think I am. This marriage is a business arrangement, nothing more. You won't be hurt. And what if I don't want to be a part of your business arrangement? What if I refuse? Jungkook's eyes hardened as he looked at you with more intensity. Refusing isn't an option. This is bigger than both of us, but I promise I'll do my best to make this as bearable as possible for you. And I'm just supposed to trust you, even after knowing you're Daniel's brother. Jungkook's expression darkened, a flicker of anger in his eyes. He leaned closer, his voice low and controlled. Don't ever compare me to Daniel. We are nothing alike. Really? Because from where I stand, it looks like you are both part of the same deceitful family. You have no idea what you are talking about. Daniel is a coward, but I am not him. I have always been upfront about who I am and what I do. So you expect me to just accept this forced marriage and believe that you will be any different? He leaned back on the couch. I don't expect you to believe anything right now, but understand this. I handle my responsibilities. You are being dragged into this business because of Daniel's failure, not mine. I don't lie and I don't hide my intentions. Intentions? What intentions could possibly justify this? I'm being used as a pawn in some twisted game. Jungkook leaned forward, his gaze strictly fixed on you, but you refused to fear him. This isn't a game, Ryan. It's about power, control, and survival in a world where weakness gets exploited. So I'm just a mean to an end, a tool to keep the peace, he said, getting up. You are more than that. You are mine now, a crucial part of protecting what's mine. This marriage ensures our enemies know not to mess with us. And I'm supposed to just accept that, to accept you. He got up. You don't have to like it, but you will accept it. Because with me, you're safe. I'll protect you from anyone who dare to threaten you. Protect me from what? From whom? You gulped when he started coming near you. Jungkook's eyes flashed with a possessive gleam. From anyone who see you as a vulnerability. They won't dare touch you when you are with me. And how do I know I can trust you? That you won't hurt me? He stopped, but his eyes never leaving you. I don't hurt what's mine, Ryan. I protect it. But if anyone try to take you away from me, they'll regret it. So I'm supposed to just submit to this, to you. Your heart skipped a beat the way he said that. You realized he is far different from Daniel. Jungkook leaned in closer, his breath brushing against your skin. You're strong, Ryan, but in this world, strength means knowing who to trust. Trust me and I'll keep you safe. Cross me and you'll see just how far I can go. His last line gave you goosebumps. You looked into his eyes, sensing the possessiveness and determination there. Despite your fear, you also felt a strange sense of security. Fine, but don't think for a second that I'm doing this willingly. I'm only going along with it because I have no other choice. Jungkook nodded, a small, satisfied smile forming. That's all I ask for now. Trust me, I'll never make you regret. You knew that you didn't meet a hero who can leave you for the world, but he was the villain who will destroy the world when it comes to you. The preparations for the marriage was already made since you and Daniel were supposed to marry in this week. All the necessary changes made within a week and you and Jungkook got married the same day when you and Daniel were supposed to marry. Honestly saying, you didn't imagine a wedding with Daniel. It was just a family pressure, but when you found yourself standing in front of Jungkook, don't know why, but you didn't feel bad the way you were thinking. He was like a perfect partner who met in the wrong circumstances. During the ceremony, he never let his eyes leave your side. You didn't know what it actually meant. It was out of love and admiration or something else, but you were falling for his possessive side. After the marriage, you moved into Jungkook's house with him. It was unbelievable, especially coming from him, but he let you feel comfortable. He didn't even come in the room claiming you his wife or taking advantage. You already found yourself falling for him. The amount of respect he showed in each action, it was enough for you to know that you have a worth in his eyes. One evening, as you wandered through the maze-like corridors of your mansion, you stumbled upon Jungkook's study. The room revealed his double life, half filled with neat legal papers and business contracts, the other half draped in darkness, hinting at secretive things. Curious to know his world, you came inside and found him there, deeply focused on a map marked with different threads that you didn't understand at all. His brows furrowed in concentration under the dim glow of a desk lamp, casting shadow across his sharp features. You hesitated at the doorway, unsure whether to announce your presence or just walk away. He already sensed your presence and looked up. His gaze met yours, sending chills to your spine. Is there something you need? I was just exploring. You only managed to say those words. He nodded. Then why are you standing there? Come inside. You were not expecting an invitation, but now he invited you himself. You were curious to know his life. You came inside while Jungkook studied you for a moment, his expression unreadable. Then wordlessly he motioned for you to join him at the desk. You hesitated before standing beside him. You could already feel the tension in the air. You are curious about this life, aren't you? You looked at him for a second but then shifted your eyes to the map. I don't understand it. Why this path, Jungkook? Why not choose something different? His gaze softened slightly, a rare vulnerability flickered in his eyes. Sometimes life chooses for you. I never planned for this, but once you are in, there's no easy way out. You were captivated by the glimpse of his inner struggle. You had expected a ruthless criminal, but instead found a man burdened by responsibilities and a past he couldn't escape. And what about me? Am I just another part of your responsibility? Jungkook's jaw tightened, his gaze locking into yours with an intensity that made your heart race. No, you are not just another part of anything. You are different. You gulped, knowing well the meaning behind his words. Can I ask you something? He looked at you softly and nodded. Anything. I would like to give you a freedom to explore my life. For long-lasting relationship. You knew that Jungkook was serious about this marriage, and so far you have also changed your mind. You accepted Jungkook because he was a perfect man any girl would dream for herself. Why your life is so different? Why does Daniel get all the business and you ended up here? Was it a choice or? You decided to end this sentence in the middle. Jungkook slowly looked at you. He never shared his past with anyone, but he was sharing it with you. It was different. It wasn't entirely a choice. My mother remarried when I was young. Daniel's father came into our lives and everything changed. He favored Daniel, groomed him to take over the family business. I was left to find my own path. You already assumed something like that. You really felt bad for him. But why did you end up in this world? Jungkook hesitated, struggling with how much to reveal. He took a deep breath, steeling himself to share more than he ever had. After my mother passed away, I had no one to turn to. Daniel had his place in the business world, but I found myself drawn to a different kind of power. I built my own empire, forged alliances, and made choices that led me here. You rested your hand on his arm, offering him silent support. Jungkook looked down at your touch, surprised by the warmth it brought to his hardened heart. And Daniel, why the tension between you two? His eyes turned dark, remembering those old memories. Daniel and I, we were never close. His father favored him, and he took advantage of that. There were betrayals, Ryan, things I never thought he was capable of. You squeezed his arm gently. You are indeed better than him. The jug deserves karma, and he will get. Jungkook turned towards you, a soft chuckle left his mouth, and you were confused and shocked. What's wrong? Why are you laughing? He shook his head. Didn't you already made him face his karma? That's enough for his fragile body, I guess. This made you laugh as well. If I was free to commit a crime, I would have killed him there. He is really a jerk, maybe like his father. I'm glad I didn't marry him. I think that's why fate led me to you. You paused when you realized what you were about to say, your eyes locked with each other. Jungkook came closer. Do you really think that? Tell me, Ryan. You looked down as your heart started beating insanely fast. He started to come closer and you found your body losing its control. I do. Daniel showed me his true colors, and you have shown me something different, something real. Jungkook's expression softened, a flicker of emotion crossing his feature as he stepped closer. And what is it that you feel, Ryan? You hesitated while your eyes searching his before you found the courage to speak. I feel drawn to you, Jungkook. In a way I can't explain. It scares me, but it also feels right. You finally told him the truth. Jungkook reached out, his hand gently brushing against your cheek as he leaned in. I've tried to keep my distance, to protect you from this life, but I can't deny what I feel for you, Ryan. It's consuming me.
Every time I start to slip away, and I surrender, there's no more falling down, I've hit the ground, so I surrender. You don't owe me anything, but I believe that you can show me all the things that I've been needing. I'm just